What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And I wanted to address something, like get a video out here on this subject. I had multiple people telling me like, oh, the federal government can't tell a state government what to do if they make their own laws. It is what it is. That's not entirely true. I'll give you a prime example. Marijuana is still illegal in all 50 states, according to the federal government. The federal government just chooses not to enforce that law. And states have been getting tax revenue from it and making money from it, because the feds have decided not to pursue it. Tomorrow, if the federal government wanted to shut down every single marijuana dispensary in America, they could do it like that. Because federal law supersedes state law, period. It's the federal supremacy clause. That's it. I've had people saying, oh, well, they can't do this, that, and the other because, with emissions, because of this, that, and the other. Prime example is marijuana. No, the feds let the states do that. The law of the land is still what the feds say. I don't know if you guys know this or not. There's a reason why marijuana dispensaries and people that sell marijuana can't get bank accounts, because it violates federal law. Geniuses. So the federal government wants to say, hey, we're not doing any more of this emission standards crap. We're not doing smog tests. We're not doing any of that. Now, safety inspections are different, but smog tests or whatever, if the federal government wants to shut that down, they'll just make it illegal. And then companies that partake in smog tests can't have bank accounts. Got it? Federal supremacy is the law of the land. You don't have to like it. My friends in California, they're like, no, you can't do it, this, that, and the other. Well, let me explain it to you in something you might understand. The government can do whatever it wants, all right? I'm kidding, but it's funny. Because if the feds decide, no more emissions testing, because that's the big thing I'm seeing on the comment. Well, Illinois will still do it, and Pennsylvania's still going to do it, and California's still going to do it. Not if, I'll give you an example. Firestone, right? Franchise, right? People have them. They're franchised everywhere. Here in my town, they're called Ted Weenies or Ted Winans or whatever. Firestone. They have Firestone car care everywhere, right? The federal government says you can't do emissions testing anymore. It's illegal. And if you do, you can't bank with your funds. You can't. You're going to have to take cash to do it. Guess how many automotive shops and franchisers are going to continue to do that, knowing that their banking is at risk, or merchant accounts, or the ability for them to have bank accounts and money from their business? Nobody. I know you guys ain't that stupid, right? If the federal government says you can't do this anymore, it's illegal, and if you do it, we're going to pull your banking. Everybody that does that now, smog tests, emission testing, all that crap, bye-bye, gone. Now, I know you're going to say, well, only if it's not profitable, TK. Well, last time I checked, smog testing ain't marijuana, all right? It doesn't do billions upon billions of dollars in business like the marijuana industry does. The federal government lets it go because state governments wanted it, and enough people, politicians are for sale. You know this, right? Enough people with enough money paid enough politicians so that the federal government let the states do their own thing with weed. It's still up in the air. Now, if the president tomorrow signs an executive order and they consider marijuana no longer on the federal ban list, all those places can go they all have legitimate businesses now that can all go get bank accounts and do their own thing. Do I think that's going to happen? No. Not right away. Could it happen in this term? Maybe. It depends. But I thought it was funny because I saw all the comments of, well, states determined marijuana. No, they didn't. No. The federal government right now is letting the states do that. It still violates federal law. It would take a stroke of the pen from the president to the DEA, the FBI, and everybody else, and they would go in and kick down doors and arrest everybody that works at those locations, meaning they would all be subject to federal criminal charges, and they would shut all that crap down. Is that going to happen? No. We know that's not going to happen. But it could. It's within the federal government's purview to do that if they want to. Just like it's within their purview if they decide, yeah, we're done with this emissions crap. The stroke of a pen telling the EPA, the DOT, and the Department of Justice that doing this is now considered fraud or illegal. And I know what you're going to say, well, there has to be legislation, TK. They could do that too. But needless to say, the federal government can make it exceptionally difficult for these states if they say they don't want that anymore and they continue to do it. Just saying. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Just something to think about. Not saying, I'm not a legal genius. I'm just going by what federal law says, what federal supremacy says, right? It is law and decisions and other stuff that has been considered and decided in the Supreme Court with the Constitution that federal supremacy is here. All that other crap is down here. Anyways, until next time, thank you very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And as always, stay petty, my friends.